Hi, how are you doing? I'm Shaizano, and I'm back with another reaction. Let's get it. Okay, today's Reaction Friday, so I will be dropping a series of reactions today. You know what I'm saying? You might see this whenever, you might see this in 2030, 2035, 2088, all of that. So, yeah, but just know this was recorded on a Reaction Friday. So today we got something a lot more serious, domestic violence. I don't like doing these reactions so much, but cuz I like to keep my energy high, Of course I'll pay attention to those things and all of that, but I don't really like to do too much, cuz I like to be fun, joking and stuff on, and keep it lighthearted on my channel and stuff like that. But this one did catch my eye just cause the thumbnail, like this is crazy. Like, look at this. Okay, so we have woman records her husband shooting her after learning of the affair. You're going to meet Jesus. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy. Crazy. Robe, beer belly out, what's the name, swinging, you know what I'm saying? Like, shotgun out. Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm a big advocate for, like, DV people, you know what I'm saying? People who in those situations, like, I don't think that's okay. Whether you female, male, male, female, male, whatever, like, whoever, keep your hands to yourself. Just leave. Like, I'm deuces. I know that's not funny, but I'm out. Like, I gotta be out. I'm not staying. I'm not fighting with you. You're not gonna bust the windows out my car. Like, all of that. Like, that's just too much. I know people live for that, live for the thrill, but to be honest, I don't care that much, okay? But this is about this guy. Obviously, he cared enough to do this, so, yeah. Humpty Dumpty looking.
You really want this on video?
I'll pull it.
We got some Jack TV videos coming, so.
A man's fate after video of him fatally shooting his wife is played in court. Carrie Birmingham's attorneys are here to talk about the Texas father's defense strategy and the end result. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. A 60-year-old man is going to prison after he shot his wife in the head outside their home in Spring, Texas. Carrie Birmingham was seen on video talking to his wife, Patricia Birmingham, who went by the name Richie.
You really want this on video?
I'll pull it. I'm mad enough to pull it.
What?
Okay. All right, goodbye, Reese.
The harrowing video, which
He
also
said
shows
goodbye?
Birmingham saying, "You're going to meet Jesus, and I hope it was worth it, and I'm done, I'm effing done," was shown to an all-female jury last week. According to Birmingham's defense team, the couple had been arguing after Birmingham reportedly discovered his wife was having an affair. The argument spilled out into the driveway, with Birmingham standing in his bathrobe and cocking a gun. The jury ended up sentencing Birmingham to 10 years in prison. He's going to be up for parole in 5 years. We have a lot of questions about this, so I'm joined right now by Mr. Birmingham's defense attorneys, Anthony Oso and Dan Cogdell. Great to have you both here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
So the first thing I wanted to ask is how this works. There was a decision for Birmingham to plead guilty to murder, but walk us through what the strategy was, and once you make that decision, what happened next?
Sure. So the way it works in Texas, Jesse, is that it is a two-tiered jury trial system. The first tier is going to be guilt innocence, and the second tier is going to be the punishment phase of trial. The unique thing about Texas is that a jury can decide both phases of a trial. They can determine both guilt, innocence, and then punishment. So here, as if you've seen the video, it's obviously very overwhelming evidence. And so our strategy was to plead guilty directly to the jury and then have the jury assess punishment in this case. And one of the defenses, or the way that the law works in Texas is that it allows for a reduction in punishment if the jury finds that the crime was committed out of sudden passion due to adequate cause. And so we felt that based on the circumstances and facts,
Adequate cause being finding out his wife had an affair. That's crazy.
That surrounded Carrie Birmingham's actions that day, that was the best way to argue on behalf of our client.
And Dan, walk us through what the theory was about what happened. He immediately confronted his wife. He just found out what had happened, because I think that timing is important.
Yeah, so he had heard from a mutual friend of theirs who had come into town to visit with him that weekend that his wife had been unfaithful, that she had been in an affair, in a relationship with a fella out of the country, and he didn't confront. That was on Sunday. He didn't confront his wife until the following morning, and once she confirmed, in essence, that she had had this relationship, that's when he, was fully informed and sort of flew off the handle, for lack of a better description.
Now, you had an all-female jury, which is a rarity in itself, but an all-female...
This give Texas, this right here give Texas, okay? White Texas. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, but I just had to say it. This is what it's giving.
Jury come back and not even recommend, because in Texas, it's their decision, sentence him to 10 years in prison. What was your reaction to that?
Well, I mean, I thought that was the appropriate result. Again, as Anthony explained, it is the defense burden at a punishment hearing to show by a preponderance of the evidence that the conduct happened as a result of sudden passion arising from an adequate cause. And we believe that the evidence was pretty clear.
Both of them.
That is why
all three.
I mean, our focus
the stomach, the joint, and the joint.
Not what.
Okay, if you're from Philly, you know what the joint is.
Not only from
multiple joints.
Several of the arresting officers, they heard an audio tape that Reese had secretly recorded where, this is a husband and wife saying the worst possible things about each other. I mean, just you name it, they said it. She attacked his ability to perform sexually. She attacked his ability to provide financially, which are the two best ways to upset any man I know. And
why would you do that? Say no. I'm not joking. I promise you. Don't come for me in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Dang, yeah. That's can't. Ninjas be real. Real touchy about they stick or they money. Like, that's all you got. Like, that's all you got in this world. I mean, of course, you're supposed to have principles, morals, and integrity, and maybe some looks. Like, but obviously he wasn't self-improving. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't. I'm sorry to people family who hearing about this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not making necessarily making light about it. But you got to understand, I'm not in the situation, so...
This argument that was recorded on audio tape by Reese served as the foundation for the argument that it was sudden passion arising from an adequate cause. So that's a long way of saying, look, I thought the evidence was clear. I thought that was the right result for the jury to find sudden passion. And I wasn't really surprised by the verdict. The state certainly was. There were others in the courtroom that were, but... after my argument, I felt very strongly that the jury was going to do what I believed to be the right thing, and they did.
And Anthony, that's my question. What is your response to the people who say, he killed his wife, he took a life, he could be out in 5 years? Is that justice? Is that fair? What would be your response to those people?
Well, my response would be that the law provides in the state of Texas that if the evidence establishes that a crime was committed out of sudden passion, it reduces the punishment range from 5 years to life in prison to a second degree. And so the maximum punishment that Carrie Birmingham was facing once the jury found he'd acted in sudden passion was 20 years. And so under the law, it's the appropriate verdict by the jury. And it's exactly what Dan asked them to do. He said, look, if you feel that he needs to be penalized, then give him 10 years. And that's what they did. So we feel that they followed the law, they applied the facts to the law, and they came to the right result.
And how's your client, Mr. Birmingham, feeling about this?
I mean, look, he knew the reality of the situation going into it. He's the only client I've ever had in 42 years where I told him, look, you're going to prison. It's not a question of
Right.
if, it's a question of when. You might go for 2 years, which is the minimum under the sudden passion scheme, or up to life for 99 under murder. I said, you're going to prison. So you best acknowledge that. When we started the trial, honestly, I thought best case was in the 20-year-ish range. But once I saw the evidence as it unfolded in front of the jury, I felt very good that they would give him less than 20 years. Look,
Cause he looked unstable. I'm not gonna lie. He looked real unstable. I'm not saying he should have only got 5 years, but if somebody on the jury, they watching this and then they, you know, if it's a bunch of men or whatever. I know the jury's supposed to be unbiased, but come on, we humans, all right? So I don't think it's necessarily going to be fully, you know, unbiased, especially, you know, everybody done got cheated on a couple times, you know what I'm saying? So
this was a
I don't
tragedy
know.
that we certainly recognize. It's also a
I
tragedy
could see
that-
how people, they wouldn't necessarily sympathize, but in the terms of it being a crime of like passion or whatever they said, yeah, it's understandable why they were
it can't be
reduced to
undone.
sentence.
All that having been said, Mr. Birmingham's father was murdered many years ago in a very, very high-profile case here in Texas back in the 70s. His son had committed suicide while he was awaiting trial in this case. There's a lot of psychological and harrowing things that happened to him and his family that are just tragic. All that having been said, he doesn't have any criminal record. He has no acts of violence. There were no prior altercations between he and his wife. And because of all those things that the jury was able to take into consideration, I don't apologize for this verdict at all. I think it was the right one. It was a courageous jury that did the right thing. But I absolutely think that it was the right verdict.
Hey, so we want to thank Morgan and Morgan for sponsoring today's Lawn.
Alrighty, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, we heard how much time he got. He got 10 years, and he could be out in 5. So, yeah, but I clicked based on what it looked like, and it looked crazy. But turns out it was, you know, a really unfortunate situation. Like, not that I didn't think it was unfortunate, but it really is an unfortunate situation where he just was like, yo, my woman stepped out on me, you know what I'm saying? And now she coming for this and that. He probably got low self-esteem. You know, you never know. I'm not trying to put that on him. I'm just saying. And don't think I don't sympathize with the woman too, because like I said, DV cases is very serious, but they said it was no prior, you know, he just got heated, you know. And listen, I'm not a lawmaker, so please don't come for me in the comments, okay? On this channel, we do what we do, but we know the line, okay? We know our limitations. I'm not gonna be up here on the internet acting like I'm just the lawmakers and I know everything about the law and I just, you know, I'm dictating whatever. I'm reacting. Reactions, okay? All right, anyway, y'all get the point. I hope you're having a great day. You know, summertime rolling around. Springtime. I skip springtime. Summertime is rolling around. So, yeah. Stay tuned for the next video. I forgot if I said anything about the Twitch, but we do reactions every Friday. If you want to be a part of that, don't forget to, I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna just start. Boom. We did it. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting that Twitch, you know, point on point, okay? I'm gonna just be like, wow, see? Yeah, so we do that every Friday. Reactions every Friday and live on Twitch. So if you want to be a part of that, come join the community. Other than that, I hope you're having a great day and I'm out.